It having reached the hour of 5:30 p.m., I am calling the February 25th, 2025 Modesto City Council meeting to order and ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Councilmember Scutia-Brayton.
Here.
Councilmember Alvarez.
Here.
Councilmember Ricky is absent. Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Wright.
Here.
And Mayor Zwellen.
Here. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation from Jeff Pishney from Love, Stanislaus County. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I offer my invocation, I just want to say thank you to all of you for your support and encouragement for these last 17 years. Can you believe it? 17 years we've been loving Modesto. This Saturday, our sign-ups begin for Love Modesto April 26, which is 2 months away. And, you know, the goal of Love Modesto has never been about the day. It's about inspiring our community to have pride in their city, to get involved, and to volunteer all year round. And to that end, we developed an app called Volunteer Central, helping our community to get involved year-round and to just love their city, not just for a day, but all the time. So let me pray here. God, I thank you for my city, Modesto, my home for 30 years now, God. I'm so grateful to grow up here in so many ways and to be a part of this community of so many other people who love this town. God, I pray for my leaders I stand before right now, and I pray blessings on them, blessings on their employment, on their families, and just on their lives. And God, I pray that you would give them an enormous amount of wisdom beyond themselves as they meet with their constituents and make decisions for the betterment of our city. And God, I pray tonight as the conversations that are had, the decisions that are made, again, God, I pray that you would give them wisdom and guidance as they lead our city into the future. And God, for as much as possible tonight, I pray that there would be unity. I pray for peace, and I pray for civility would be at hand. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Does the city clerk have any announcements?
Just a reminder, public comment is 3 minutes, and there are blue speaker cards at the entrance of the chambers.
Thank you. Do any of the council members have any conflicts of interest? Seeing none, will the city attorney report out on closed session?
Yes, Mayor. The council met in closed session today regarding potential litigation and property negotiations. No reportable action was taken.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is acknowledgments and presentations. We have a proclamation declaring March as National Women's History Month. I will read the proclamation. Proclaiming March 2025 as National Women's History Month. Throughout American history, women of all ages, backgrounds, and beliefs have made countless contributions to society through advocacy, talents, and resilience, enriching our community's cultural, political, and socioeconomic fabric. And the 2025 theme for National Women's History Month is Moving Forward Together, Women Educating and Inspiring Generations. This theme celebrates the influence of women who have dedicated their lives to education, mentorship, and leadership. It also recognizes the contributions of women in shaping society and honors women who have inspired generations past and present. And women from diverse backgrounds have worked to use education as a catalyst for change and to drive transformation, from grassroots movements to global initiatives, from classrooms to boardrooms. Women educators and leaders have played a critical role in cultivating minds and inspiring action. And with unwavering courage and resilience, women have stood strong, even amid challenges. Across the nation, women are leading the way in creating innovative solutions with corporations, the military, federal agencies, and educational institutions to advance justice. And now, therefore, I, Suze Wallen, hereby proclaim March 2025 is National Women's History Month in the City of Modesto and urge all residents to recognize and celebrate the contributions of women to our society. Let us especially honor the women, both past and present, of our local community who have led and continue to lead efforts to ensure a more fair, equal, and inclusive world for all, dated this 25th day of February, 2025. To accept the proclamation, we have Becky Jeffers, Girl Scout Troop Leader. Would you like to make a few comments? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Zwellen. That was very moving. And I just want to, on behalf of the Girl Scouts of Heart of Central California, our regional council office, and our local Modesto Troop 2246, accept this Women's History Month proclamation by the City of Modesto. On March 12, 1912, Girl Scouts was founded by forward-thinking women, so it's an especially fitting theme, I think, this year, and reflection this month. 113 years later, the mission to help girls develop courage, confidence, and character so they can make the world a better place has never been more important. Girl Scouts take pride in our history and traditions to be able to share with the next generation. We're a little thin tonight. It's just me and my daughter, because actually we're all selling Girl Scout cookies. So when you see them out there, please support us. But anyway, we do appreciate the opportunity to pass these down to the next generation and appreciate your recognition of the importance of history. We're proud to be grassroots in nature as Girl Scouts, where girls from all backgrounds can have opportunities to see how even small efforts, acting locally, and being part of the community can make an impact. So thank you for all of your support. And when you see us out there, we appreciate any kindness you'd like to pay forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any council members that would like to make remarks at this time? Councilmember Williams?
Thank you, Mayor. You were doing just fine until you start talking about those cookies. Chocolate, coconut, please. So if you can go get some and bring it back, that would be wonderful. Other than that, thank you for representing the women in this community. And of course, thank you for bringing your daughter. And of course, this is probably her first city council meeting, yes? Okay. Welcome.
All right. I truly enjoyed meeting with your troop, and thank you for the invitation to meet with you. It's been a few weeks, but we're really grateful that we had that opportunity to meet with you and the young women and discuss the topics that were mentioned in the proclamation: mentorship, education, and leadership. Thank you for being here again this evening, and I will now bring the proclamation down and present it. Yes, for sure. You're the star of the show.
Sorry to just take off. I got a
No.
little, sometimes I get a little emotional.
I
So
know, it was very sweet. Thank you so much for being here again.
It's your first one, all right.
All right.
All right.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again.
Great.
Appreciate you
Thank
being here. I know.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Go sell some more cookies.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Next, we have a presentation of award from National Town Watch Association for the City of Modesto's participation in National Night Out 2024. And presenting will be Lieutenant Mike Hammond for this item.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Council, Mayor, City Manager, and all others. I brought some friends with me. I'm Lieutenant Michael Hammond, Modesto Police Department in the Area Command Division. We oversee the Crime Prevention Unit, which runs a National Night Out every year. Captain Bobby Meredith is the captain of the Area Command Division. We have Assistant Chief Ivan Valencia, Captain Chris Adams. We have some special guests here. I'll get here in a second. Charlene Aragon is the supervisor of Crime Prevention Unit, which organizes this event each year. Adolfo Morales is a crime prevention officer also. We have this lady here, Teresa Gamboa. We all know her. She's a big supporter and an advocate of not only National Night Out, but the Modesto Police Department. There's a gentleman here, it looks like Chief Jesberg, but it's actually Darren Jesberg, community member. He every year he throws a big party, has food trucks and live bands and stuff like that. So we wanted to bring some of the community members here that support this each year. Did I forget anybody? No? Okay. Oh, Victoria, sorry. Okay, so National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie. Held on the first Tuesday of August, the event aims to make neighborhoods a safer and more caring place to live. Modesto, with its diverse communities, participates enthusiastically in this event, fostering strong relationships and mutual trust between residents and the Modesto Police Department. National Night Out was introduced in 1984 by the National Association of Town Watch. The event's primary objective is to heighten crime prevention awareness, generate support for and participation in local anti-crime programs, and send a message to criminals that neighborhoods are organized and fighting back. The event serves as an important tool in building safer communities. In Modesto, National Night Out is celebrated at individual, block, or neighborhood parties, which are hosted by dedicated community members across the city. Residents have an opportunity to socialize with each other and meet local police, city dignitaries, and many other community partners. National Night Out in Modesto is more than just a one-night event. It is a symbol of unity and resilience. Through community gatherings and positive interactions with law enforcement, Modesto residents are empowered to create a safer and more connected neighborhoods. As the event continues to grow, its lasting impact on the community, relationships, and public safety remains invaluable. In 2024, Modesto had 92 registered parties. As a result of a great night, the City of Modesto placed #1 in California and #6 in the nation for cities its size, and received an award from the National Association of Town Watch, recognizing our participation, which we present to the members of the City Council tonight. On behalf of Chief Brandon Gillespie and the Modesto Police Department, it is our honor to present this National Night Out Award to the City of Modesto. And so I have a plaque here that I'll present to you guys. It's a National Award 2024 recognizing outstanding participation in America's Night Out Against Crime by the National Association of Town Watch.
All right, thank you so much. Comments from council members? Councilmember Scudia Brayton.
Thank you, Mayor. This is not only super exciting, but it's super fun. National Night Out is something that really brings together everyone, both government, city council, our police force, and the community members. I've been privileged enough to participate in National Night Out with the help of our officers that drive each one of us. And it is a full day, and it is just so much fun engaging with the community members. And the fact that we all have fun doing it, but the fact that we're doing it at a level that we can recognize just is icing on the cake. So I want to thank the officers that make it possible, but even more so the community members that can be doing anything else, but they're spending their valuable time. And there's quite a bit of investment in time to coordinate these events. So thank you for doing that. I know you're doing it from your heart and for the safety and wellness of your community, and it's making a difference. And so thank you all for all you're doing, and thank you for bringing this award and sharing it with us. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Councilmember Wright?
Thank you, Mayor. If it wasn't for
what you guys do, we wouldn't have a National Night Out. So I think that award needs to really go to the officers, the fire department, and for the staff that really works hard on this. And like my fellow council member said, it's great to go out and look at all the different areas of our city that are getting together and really enjoying the night. I just wish it wasn't on a Tuesday, it was on a Friday or Saturday, so I didn't have to get up and go to work the next day. But it is a great time, and I just wish that more of our community would really embrace this because it's something really good for our city. Thank you again for your hard work. But whether for you, we wouldn't have a National Night Out. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. We were just comparing numbers, Councilmember Varro and I, but I was able to go to 9, but I would have been able to go to more, but Officer Meredith didn't want to ride with me this year, so it's always nice when the siren's on where you can get through. No, that doesn't happen. But Heidi Jenkins was riding with me, and she did a phenomenal job. And I really, really wish, and those who are at home who probably live in our district, my district, I will really try my best to get to your place next year. But we appreciate you having those parties out there, speaking to the general public now, and inviting us and wanting us to be there. And again, thank you to our police officers, Modesto Police Department, and all of the others who help with that. It's outstanding. And as Councilwoman Scudia Brayton said, it is fun, and we have a great time. And I think I ate a little too much, but that's okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to ditto colleagues from the state tonight regarding National Night Out. I believe I wrote out with Captain Meredith. We did more than I.
We did.
What?
You were committed.
Thanks.
And I got to ride in front of the car. And Lieutenant Hammond and your crew, you guys do an excellent job. Darren, what you do in Lakewood neighborhood is phenomenal. I mean, you got rock bands, taco trucks. And my district is pretty active in these kind of, between Lakewood, Sonoma, and La Loma. So just ditto what everybody else said. Thank you.
All right.
More than I.
Yeah, Councilmember Alvarez.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues. I've had the pleasure of riding out with Captain Reyna, who I believe has just returned from the FBI National Academy. And we always make it a point to go through my district in the parks. There's kids, there's jump houses, there's music, there's tacos, there's so many kinds of different foods. We have a large Cambodian population in my district, African American population in my district, Latino population. So it's a melting pot of an afternoon, and we always make it a point to stop at Teresa's party, which is the best party in town in terms of National Night Out. Last year, Congressman McClintock was there, gave a nice stump speech, which was really cool to see. So yeah, my hat's off to you guys for all the countless hours you put in beyond the the normal job. You guys really engage with the community and invest your personal and family time as well, like all of us do too.
Right. I can't echo this anymore, other than I think of the organizers, that the person that organizes all of this. That's a tremendous amount of effort, and I really appreciate your efforts in making this happen. I want to give you credit for that. And also all the people in the neighborhoods that organize who's going to bring the ice, who's going to bring the root beer, who's going to bring the ice cream, who's going to bring the salad, who's going to bring, I mean, think of that, 92 parties being organized in one night. I just think it's the essence of our city. Mm-hmm. And it just exemplifies who we are and what we are and how great we are. So thank you so much for your efforts. We will now come down and receive the proclamation. As I said, I feel like we should be handing it to you, but we'll be here.
Yeah. Called you out. You right in the back. How you doing? How are you?
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm good, Darren. Everybody's going to be at Lakewood next.
I mean, you got a good thing with the office. Taking my guy away. I was heavy on that.
Mayor?
Oh, boy. All right.
They need cell phone first on camera, so don't run away from them, okay? Are you ready?
Side up. Beautiful.
You want to hang on to it?
Great stuff. Is that what I do?
Yeah, you can.
It
Yeah,
ends up
absolutely.
here?
Yeah.
Does it end up here or does it end up with you? Does it end up with you or
Item on the agenda tonight?
No, it's on consent.
Thank you.
It's on consent though, so it should be good.
I think that's an awesome program. Thank you.
It'll go again in a few months.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
You're always welcome to come if you have time.
That's the problem.
He's on vacation.
Oh, okay, he thought it was with us, but, all right. All right, next is legislation appointments, et cetera. Item 3, consider accepting the resignations of Austin Grant and Joelle Campus from the City of Modesto's Equity Commission. Are there any questions from staff? Seeing none, I'll open this item to the public. Any members of the public that would like to come forward regarding this item? Seeing none, I will close public comments. Any council comments? Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank both of them for their service. That's it.
All right. I have a resolution accepting the resignations of Austin Grant and Joelle Campus from the City of Modesto's Equity Commission. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Motion by Councilmember Williams.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wright. Will the clerk please call the roll for this item?
Councilmember Scutia Brayton.
Aye.
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro. Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwallen.
Aye, so it carries 6-0. Next on the agenda is public comment. As noted on the agenda, public comment will only be in person. Zoom will be available for viewing and wordly translation. Thank you all for being here tonight. The City of Modesto Council meetings are a place where everyone is encouraged to listen, share views, and participate in the decision-making process that benefits our community. Your engagement is valuable and it helps our council and city staff collaborate on finding solutions that enhance the quality of life for the residents of Modesto. To be fair and equitable, every individual has the right to speak at this council meeting. However, it is imperative that we foster and maintain a respectful environment for the well-being and safety for everyone present at these proceedings. It is the mayor's responsibility to preserve strict order and decorum at all council meetings. Pursuant to the Charter of the City of Modesto, Article 6, the Mayor, Section 601, Powers and Duties of Mayor. The mayor shall have the authority to preserve order at all council meetings and to remove or cause the removal of any person from any meeting of the council for disorderly conduct, to enforce the rules of the council, and to determine the order of business under the rules of the council. Accordingly, the city council meeting decorum rules are as follows. Please be respectful of all presenters, council members, staff, and members of the public. Please refrain from clapping other than following a presentation. All speakers are encouraged to state their name and city of residence. All questions must be directed to the mayor. Please do not block the view of others by holding signs up during council meetings. Time limits for public comment is 3 minutes, but may be limited at the discretion of the mayor to manage the business of the council. Speaking over others or interrupting while others have the floor is not permitted. Cell phones should be turned off or shall be set to vibrate during meetings. Thank you for your patience and participation as we work together to address the issues impacting the community. Maintaining order and decorum during the City Council meeting is crucial in the effective governance of Modesto and ensuring the Council's decisions are reflective of the community's priorities. Anyone disrupting the Council meeting may be asked to leave. Does anyone wish to speak on any item under public comment? This is for items not on the Council agenda, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Anyone wishing to address the City Council is asked to follow the rules of decorum. They are posted at the entrance of the chambers. I currently have 3 cards, and I will read them in the order they were received. The first is James Varble.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Your Honors. My name is James Varble, formerly of here in Modesto, now residing in Merced. I am currently serving as the Secretary of the McHenry Museum and Historical Society, and I am the President-elect for said society. I thank you for the opportunity to come before you to respond to some statements that were made at public comment at this council about a month ago by Mrs. Carol Levicki and Mrs. Sandy Nerland pertaining to the Historical Society. I want firstly to acknowledge to the public that there was a failure of compliance with state regulation pertaining to annual filings. I am happy to report, however, that that has been corrected and that as far as the state of California is concerned, we are current and in good standing. We are currently building out processes to make sure that such failures never happen again so that we keep the trust of the public and our partners. I wanted to also mention that we have received requests from city officials on this matter, and we are providing documentation and collaboration with them to answer any further questions going forward. Mrs. DeVicki raised the matter of a letter that she received from the executive committee. It did decline a request to join the board of directors, and it did note that she isn't a member. Though she hasn't been a member, Mrs. DeVicki and her cohorts have repeatedly disrupted meetings of the board of directors, and further, repeatedly made demands for information that they are not entitled to, such as compensation details for an employee, which is a personnel matters we do not discuss with people outside of the board. They also made repeated demands that we terminate an employee without cause. Whenever pressed as to what that cause would be, we never got a specific or clear answer. And at no point have any of them ever accepted no as an answer to illegitimate demands for information. As an organization, we have a right to decline and refuse to reward disruptive behavior with leadership roles, and even to decline membership from those whose behavior demonstrates opposition to our efforts as a society. On financial matters, general donations are made to the society and are used for general expenses. Whenever a donation is made for a specific purpose, we aim to meet that purpose, either to fulfill it or to decline to accept the donation. I also want to correct a factual error that was said. Our executive director, David Seymour, did not write a children's book about the museum. He co-authored a book called Santa Story with Keith Hyatt. This is a book about Stanislaus County history from the pre-Columbian age to the present day. The last time such a book was written was over 40 years ago. This book is a survey of local history that is designed for use in classrooms and has been designed to meet curriculum standards to justify its use as an instructional text. We want to make sure that this is in every classroom in the county without much expenditure needed from public bodies. And this is a project of the entire society, not just of one person. It is part of our fundamental purpose as a historical society to preserve, document, and disseminate history. It is unfortunate that some of our detractors fail to understand this basic point of our existence. In a changing landscape, we look forward to continuing to work with you in the future, and I thank you for the opportunity to address the matters. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Next is Jesse Wiggins.
Hello, good evening, Council. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. My name is Jesse Wiggins. I am a Realtor with RE/MAX Executive here in Modesto, and I also sit on the Board of Building Appeals, serving the community. I've noticed a lot of things being a Realtor when it comes to helping within the community, sitting on the board. And there's a lot of advocacy for tenants, but not a lot of advocacy for owners. And a lot of the issues that we face come to the owners. And I was reaching out to the city to see if there were any referral partners to help owners to guide them in the direction for repairs for tenants or to help them with things that they need to to do to bring their property up to code to serve tenants. And there's not a lot. We have Project Sentinel for tenants, but when it comes to owners, whether they purchased the property or inherited the property, or maybe they're elderly and their faculties aren't as sharp as they once were, to be able to guide them. So I spoke to Oscar, who is amazing, and I've really enjoyed working with him, about some type of partnership and referral program that we can offer owners in Stanislaus County to kind of guide them in the direction when we're asking them to correct things on their properties. So that's all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
comments. All right, Danielle Morgard?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Danielle Morgart from the Office of Assemblyman Juan Alanis, here to provide a legislative update. Last Friday, the legislature did come to the deadline of introducing bills. Assemblyman Alanis was able to author and introduce 18 bills. And so a few of those bills highlighting is AB 767, which would clarify that sexual violent predators shall not be placed near homeschools and child daycares, as well as AB 873, which streamlines the training for dental practitioners to accelerate the hiring and placement of these professionals in our communities. The Assemblyman was also a co-author on 36 Assembly bills and 25 Senate bills. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else wishing to come forward to speak under public comment?
Hello, good evening. I come here, my name is Juan Tellez. I'm a resident of West Modesto, community organizer. I come here to speak about transparency and partnership. And I know right now the strategic planning is going on right now, and I'm not really sure how we partner with you guys to create input. And so I have an idea if we can partner on some listening sessions throughout the city of Modesto and kind of gather some ideas, priorities for residents to speak with city staff, yourselves, and then at the end of these listening sessions we can come together and create a town hall or a symposium and provide some transparency on how these decisions were made and what priorities are going to go into the strategic planning process as you guys go forward to adopt them. And as you know, as a community organizer, my job is to bring folks to the table and to provide voices so that our needs are met and so that we can partner with you guys and create a sustainable and loving and revitalized Modesto. So thank you, I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Are you aware of how to reach us? Maybe Allison can give you a card.
Yeah,
How to
definitely.
email us.
And I did see that there was meetings regarding housing coming up in the next couple of weeks, and so I'm going to be at some of those. And so I know that's in regards to housing, but in terms of the strategic planning, I'm not really sure where we're at. So
All right.
thank you.
Maybe
Appreciate it.
Allison, if you can give him. There you go. And same, Jesse. If you mentioned, Jesse, that you had a contact, so I didn't suggest that. But if you need another contact, you could get a card. No, that would be okay. All right, thank you. All right. Any other members of the public that would like to speak? Okay, step right up.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Claudia Ponce. I am a resident of Modesto, a constituent of District 2. And I'm here today to bring forward some concerns that I've had as a community member. Particularly with infrastructure issues, flooding, and lack of sidewalks in the areas in Southside Modesto. That's been kind of a concern for me as I've seen children oftentimes walking through these flooded areas. And I believe that can be unsafe for children as they are walking through the flooded areas or trying to avoid these flooded areas by walking through like some of the roads, which can be unsafe due to traffic, etc. The other issue that I've seen is issues related to trash. There is a trash problem, and in some areas it's become a bigger issue where some of the areas in Southside Modesto have become like a dump site where people are dumping bigger items. And I wanted to just share some of those concerns, as well as offer you suggestions for consideration. And some of those suggestions would be maybe adding some trash cans around the areas, maybe at every bus stop in Southside community, and maybe some city-supported cleanups where the community members as well as city resources come together to work together and clean up the areas to make it a better place for children and residents. And that is all I wanted to share. Thank you for your time and consideration.
All right, thank you. Please, if you'd like to speak.
Hello, Council. I have some concerns for the community today. This week I've been across McHenry and Wood Colony. One of the issues I've came across is graffiti is becoming highly concentrated around Wood Colony as well as the McHenry area. People are going around graffitiing up random businesses as well as their walls and property. And then the other concern I had was I recently read up on an upgrade on the intersection right before Carpenter and I forgot what the other name was. Anyways, that interchange there. And one of the things I found was they're going to try and turn that portion of that intersection into a roundabout, but I just don't know what benefits it'll bring.
Thank you for your comments. All right, welcome.
All right, I'm going to try to say all this in 3 minutes. Okay. So hi, everyone. My name is Daisy Mayorga, and I'm here because I believe in the future of this community. We're just 80 miles away from the biggest innovation hub in the world, Silicon Valley, and even closer to outer space at just 62 miles. The future is being built all around us, but if we don't act now, we risk continually being left behind. Since 2019, our local tech communities have been working hard to bring technology, education, and innovation to this region. And since launching UTA in 2023, we're providing training in responsible AI and blockchain, empowering our communities to explore and understand emerging technologies. But here's the challenge. Local government support and resources for startups like ours are still limited. If we want to see homegrown innovation and economic growth, we need to change that. Blockchain and Web3 are much more than just cryptocurrency. They represent economic empowerment, data ownership, and the foundation of new industries that create jobs and build wealth. Across the country, cities are already embracing these technologies to improve transparency, streamline government operations, and drive economic growth. In 2023, Senator Ana Caballero introduced SB 711, a bill that aimed to create blockchain-related associate degrees at community colleges statewide. That bill failed, but it shouldn't have. It could have opened doors for people in regions like ours, giving them access to education that leads to high-paying jobs and a fast-growing industry. Other cities are already making bold moves. Miami has invested in Web3 startups. Wyoming has passed blockchain-friendly regulations attracting businesses. Cities that embrace emerging technologies thrive. Those that don't, they fall behind, losing talent, missing out on new industries, and failing to prepare their workforce for the future. So what is the risk? Businesses and talent will leave to cities that do invest in emerging technologies. Without skills in blockchain, AI, and Web3, our community will struggle to compete for high-paying jobs of the future. Other cities are already securing grants and investments for blockchain research and startups. If we wait, that funding will go elsewhere. We're already working with partners that offer certificate-based programs in blockchain, AI, and Web3, fields that are growing exponentially. These programs provide real pathways to high-paying jobs and entrepreneurial opportunities. Education is the first step, and we're here to help make that happen, but we need you, our city leaders, to take action, to invest in the future, to ensure our community doesn't miss out on the opportunities that are shaping the next wave of digital transformation. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more members of the public that would like to speak? All right. Next on the agenda is consent items. An item may be removed from consent and discussed at the request of a member of the public or council member. Is there anyone on the council that would like a consent item removed for further discussion? Is there anyone in the public that would like an item removed from consent for further discussion or comment? All right, seeing none, will the city clerk please read the consent items?
Item 4, consider approving the minutes for the February 4th, 2025 council meeting. Item 5, consider directing staff to prepare and file the fiscal year 2025-2026 engineer's annual report for City of Modesto Landscape Maintenance Assessment District Number 1, Dry Creek Meadows, subdivision numbers 1 through 6. Item 6, consider directing staff to prepare and file the fiscal year 2025-2026 engineer's annual report for City of Modesto Landscape Maintenance Assessment District Number 2, Dry Creek Meadows Subdivision Number 7 through 10, Creekwood Meadows Subdivision, and Yosemite Meadows Subdivisions Units 1 and 2. Item 7, consider directing staff to prepare and file the fiscal year 2025-2026 engineer's annual report for City of Modesto Shackelford Landscape and Lighting District. Item 8, consider approving the subdivision of the city's local transportation funds fiscal year 2023-2024 claim for non-motorized and other purposes bike lanes and pedestrian pathways in the amount of $487,911 to the Stanislaus Council of Governments. Item 9, consider accepting the Empire Yosemite Boulevard Water Main Crossing Straighten and Replace project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $1,125,289 to DDS Company, DBA Knife River Construction out of Stockton, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 10, consider accepting the Park Turf Reduction Phase 1 project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $345,092 to Marina Landscape Incorporated out of Orange, California, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 11, consider accepting the Sutter Trunk Rehabilitation Phase 2 project as complete, releasing securities, releasing payments totaling $5,335,597 to A. Tykart and Sons Incorporated, DBA Tykart Construction out of Roseville, California, and authorizing the city clerk to file a notice of completion. Item 12, consider accepting the monthly investment report for December 2024. Item 13, consider accepting an informational report on the November and December 2024 grant applications and awards. Item 14, consider approving the audited financial statements and various audit reports for fiscal year 2023, audited by external auditor Vasquez and Company, LLP, for the city's annual comprehensive financial report, 13 community facilities, district measure H, single audit, and various joint power agencies. Item 15, consider approving the purchasing agreements for the purchase of transit motor parts with Gillig, LLC, Company, Hayward, California, and Fleet Motor Parts and Services with municipal maintenance equipment out of Sacramento for a total amount not to exceed $3,575,000. Item 16, consider approving the First Amendment with Neil Sullivan, LLC, Concord, California, for executive team and management engagement services, increasing the agreement amount by $50,000. Item 17, consider approving the agreements with Bolt Staffing Services Incorporated out of Stockton and Trifecta Incorporated, Stockton, California, for the furnishings of temporary staffing services for a total amount not to exceed $2,596,340 over 5 years. Item 18, consider approving establishing the creation of a new fund to track the opioid settlement proceeds and opioid spending plan as defined by the State of California Department of Health Care Services. Item 19, consider approving the First Amendment with Ademas, DBA, Sebastian, Fresno, California, for the building intrusion alarm services, increasing the agreement for a total amount not to exceed $206,694 over 5 years. Item 20, consider approving an agreement with Corolla Engineers Incorporated out of Sacramento, California, for standard operating procedures, development, and gap analysis services for a total amount not to exceed $801,220.
May I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Vice Mayor Bavaro, seconded by Councilmember Scudia Brayton. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Scudia Brayton.
Aye.
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwellen.
Aye. Carries 6-0. Next on the agenda is council comments and reports. Do any of the council members have any comments and reports? Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Thank you, Mayor. On January 29th and 30th, the Modesto Police Department conducted a 2-day operation focusing on smoke shops in Modesto. 23 smoke shop businesses were inspected and several citations were issued. Over 1,500 pounds of flavored tobacco and cannabis products were seized, and more than 1,000 meth pipes displayed in the smoke shops for sale were recovered. In October 2024, Modesto Police Department in participation with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, along with the District Attorney's Office, conducted a week-long comprehensive inspection of smoke shops, resulting in the inspection of 43 smoke shop businesses. During the investigation, 22 individuals were arrested for offenses including illegal gambling, illegal sale of cannabis, and meth. 12 shops were found guilty of selling THC-infused products banned under the new regulations. In March 2024, the Modesto Police Department, again in collaboration with agents from the California Department of Tax and Free Administration, conducted inspections of smoke shops here in Modesto, resulting in 8 arrests for illegal firearms, tobacco-flavored products, cannabis, and seized over $10,000 from illegal gambling activities. These 3 separate smoke shop inspections in the course of 11 months have provided substantial data that smoke shops are a front for criminal activity such as illegal weapons, illegal gambling, illegal narcotics, and smoke shops have proven themselves to have total disregard for public health and public safety. Smoke shops target our youth by advertising and packaging their illegal tobacco products with beloved Disney cartoon characters and many other cartoon characters. These smoke shops are in the proximity of our schools and neighborhoods. Smoke shops bring zero social and economic value to our city. I look forward to reviewing the upcoming smoke shop ordinance when it arrives to the City Council. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Next, Councilmember Alvarez.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to highlight some advocacy that has taken place over the last couple years since I've been in office, and to address some of the comments made by the member of the public earlier regarding sidewalks, blight, and then some potential recommendations that she made, which I thought were very relevant. So in 2023, I signed on to support a budget request with Senator Marie Alvarado-Gil's office, from Senator Alvarado-Gil's office, for $16 million in matching state funds to Stanislaus County for infrastructure projects in the unincorporated areas of South Modesto, which was mentioned by a member of the public earlier. There's oftentimes a confusion on whether it's county jurisdiction or city jurisdiction, and so in regards to the lack of sidewalks and other basic municipal infrastructure, that is likely the county's jurisdiction. Anywhere there are sidewalks or municipal service like street lights and the like, it's likely city. So I just want to acknowledge the fact that I've been working consistently on being creative in terms of budget requests and signing on to letters of support at the state level to bring dollars here home, and also being creative in terms of the partnerships where council districts overlap with county districts. So my relationship with Supervisor Condit, which overlaps in the south side of Modesto and the unincorporated and incorporated areas, has been relatively good, and we try to brainstorm at least once a quarter on what we can work on, and we tackle a lot of constituent requests for blight mitigation, and where it overlaps in District 3 with Supervisor Terry Withrow, we do the same thing. We work in tandem to try to combat blight and work to tackle requests from constituents as they come in real time. But in terms of the recommendations I mentioned that the member of the public made, I'm trying to be proactive rather than reacting to escalations from the public regarding blight. I think it's a good idea to maybe have city-owned trash cans near bus stops. That's the kind of creativity that my office likes to hear, and I like to have conversations with my constituents. So my hat's off to her, and that's going to definitely be considered. In terms of blight mitigation itself, we have a blight mitigation team that's funded by Measure H. We have a fleet of dump trailers and trucks with a Measure H sticker affixed to the side. And anytime there's a constituent request to go out and assess blight piles or debris piles or what have you, those trucks are sent out from the city manager's office, and the appropriate team in the department are deployed. And I've seen them in action. I've literally followed them. I've literally I've taken note on an Excel spreadsheet I have for escalation tracking, and they knock them out. They knock those escalations out in terms of blight mitigation, sponsored by Measure H. So I think we are being proactive in terms of how we approach that issue citywide. And I just want to acknowledge that the constituent, or I think she was from District 2, highlighting those concerns, because we are actively being proactive about solving those issues. And in terms of council and supervisor collaboration, I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to work with my colleagues at the Board of Supervisors, both Supervisor Withrow and Supervisor Condit, to try to approach those two concerns, blight, crosswalk, and sidewalks in the south side. And I would even extend that over to the west side, because we're experiencing the same situation over there. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. There were a few things that took place this weekend. I want to start with Friday. We laid to rest a community advocate by the name of Rebecca Harrington. It was a beautiful celebration of her life. She has done so much for our community that is stated in the Modesto Bee, and I just wanted to let the rest of those that perhaps didn't get the opportunity to celebrate her life with us on Friday, that it was well attended, and may we continue to pray for her family. Saturday, Kiwanis, about 75 Kiwanis members were actively involved in a convention that happened right here in Modesto. There were over 600 people that showed up from all over. It's called California, Nevada, Hawaii District, and we had a great time here in Modesto. Our club, North Modesto Kiwanis, did an outstanding job under the leadership of our chairperson, Anna, who did a wonderful job, along with the 75 of our members. And those who came from far and yon really thoroughly enjoyed themselves. We were fortunate to have a color guard group who were a part of all 5 branches. It was a beautiful sight to see, representing the flag, representing this country. Also, that evening, I had the opportunity of being at the Modesto Firefighters Association, their crab feed. Usually, I like to have butter with my crab, but this crab was so good, I didn't even need any butter. It was excellent. And so was the camaraderie. I didn't win anything, which I'm not supposed to win anything anyway. But for the most part, the place was full at 3500 Coffee Road. There had to be at least 300 people there. And their spouses, and they deserve to be able to enjoy one another's company, and because they work diligently and very hard in making sure our city is safe and those that live in it. Lastly, I do want to, I'll leave that for my colleague. So with that being said, thank you, Mayor.
Councilmember Scudia Brayton.
Thank you, Mayor. We all know that we have the best of the best local firefighters, and that has proven time and time again, beginning with them being the first ones to step up and support their peers in Southern California when sadly we had the fire events that took place a couple of months ago. But besides that, they are strong, they are smart, and we all know they are definitely courageous. But they work really, really hard. I recently came across some response numbers that indicate how hard they work. And on average, our local firefighters respond to approximately 43,000 responses yearly. This is events. It basically equates to anywhere between 30 to 70 calls a day. And that is a lot of action by very few skilled professional people. And so we owe them a debt of gratitude and for their bravery, their hard work, and of course their courage. And as I was going to say Reverend Williams said, the council member Williams said, we on the light side celebrated them this weekend at the Crab Feed, and that was really joyous to be with them and support them and just celebrate on the light side. Also, I wanted to mention that earlier this month, I attended the National Association of Regional Councils. I attended that conference and board meeting as a representative for the Stanislaus Council of Governments. But I was one of 4 representatives from California and one of 2 of this region. So that was a very well informed and interesting conference and board meeting to attend. Also, I attended on Saturday, along with Councilmember Williams and Vice Mayor Bavaro, the installation of the new rabbi at Beth Shalom. And she's just a delightful human being. Her name is Caitlin Bromberg. And the community just came out and welcomed her with open arms. And she will be leading just a very joyful, spiritual, and lovely congregation there. So that was a very nice occasion that we helped install her. I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow, again, as representing StanCog, joining the StanCog delegation to going to Sacramento and advocating for local funds for our local transportation project. We will be meeting with a handful of local elected officials in that regard. Thank you very much.
All right. Councilmember Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I failed to remember speaking to the Realtors, the CVAR, last Friday morning, and shared with them what City of Modesto is doing as far as houses that are going up in the near future and in the future. And they were very excited about that. Some of them, we mentioned to them about the committees that we have, the committees and commissions that we have available, particularly in housing, and then mentioned to a couple of them who came up later to make sure that they were able to get their application in. We do have 25 different commissions in our community, in our city, and some of them are ripe and ready for some new individuals to sign up for, and the one in housing is one that's really, really good. It does help those who own houses and that cannot afford to get their homes redone. There is a program in the housing program that we have. If you go online to modestogov.com and you look under those committees, you'll actually see a video that Sonia was able to put together that gives you a tutorial of how to apply for these particular funds for those who own houses in the city of Modesto. So that's what I wanted to add. So thank you, Mayor.
All right, Councilmember Alvarez.
Sorry, Mayor. I am definitely one who believes less is more, but I would be remiss if I didn't comment on this. Upcoming in all of the districts, I'll just mention mine and my colleagues can mention theirs, but we have a 5-year consolidation plan coming up, and we have community meetings taking place throughout the city, and we invite residents to participate in the process of developing the city's next 5-year consolidated plan related to housing and community development. District 2 community workshops will be taking place tomorrow, the first one. There'll be 2 of them in my district, February 26th from 5 to 7 at the King Kennedy Center at 601 South Martin Luther King, and then March 3rd at the Airport Neighborhood Collaborative, 801 Empire Avenue near the airport, 3 to 5 p.m. And so what we'll be discussing is affordable housing opportunities for low-income persons, addressing homelessness, including assistance to those at risk of becoming homeless, and then social and economic development services for low-income residents as well.
And what's most important at these events is public feedback. So the staff will be seeking input from the public, which is super important. So we are making our best effort to communicate this opportunity both in Spanish and English. If one is unable to attend any of these events in person, feel free to go to modestogov.com, and there is a survey link available where you can provide feedback on the subject via online. So being present is important, but if you are unable to, feel free to fill out that survey. Again, modestogov.com.
Councilmember Williams.
I am so sorry, Mayor, but there are two other things that are very, very important to me and this community, and because of the fact that Black History Month is about to conclude, but there are two other events that are taking place. One is tomorrow at the Red Event Center, which is on 801 8th Street, starting at 11:30. There are 4 speakers that will be speaking there. And then also for a free event on the 28th at 601 North Martin Luther King Drive at the King Kennedy Center at 5:30 is a free Black History Month program, and there will be some light food. Other than that, that is really what I wanted to make sure. I would be really in trouble if I didn't get all that information out. So thank you, Mayor, for allowing me to do so.
All right, check your calendars, I guess, is the message. All right, does the city manager have any comments and reports? All right. Next on the agenda is hearings. We have a hearing to consider approving an application for a conditional use permit and operating agreement by Outfront Media to allow a digital freeway billboard located on the east side of State Highway 99 and south of Evergreen Avenue, located at 2024 West Orangeburg Avenue. I believe there is a request to continue this item. Jessica Hill, can you please confirm?
Yes, we are requesting a continuance until March 11th.
Thank you. I'll now ask for a motion to continue the item to March 11th, 2025.
Motion to move.
Motion
Second.
by Councilmember Wright, second by Councilmember Williams. Will the clerk please call the roll for this item?
Councilmember Scutia Brayton.
Aye.
Councilmember Alvarez.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Bavaro.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Wright.
Aye.
And Mayor Zwellen.
Aye. The motion carries 6-0. Are there any matters too late for the agenda? Seeing none, I am calling this meeting of the City Council to be adjourned.